This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is
Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Through midnight, July 7th, there will be a 50% discount that you can redeem at notyouradvisor.com/4th, spelled the number 4, then TH. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you all had a great weekend. This is Not Your Advisor with NYU grad. June 9th, episode 461. The stock market's basically drifting higher with no oomph or breath to speak of. SPY did half the average daily volume today. And when you take a look at the CNN Fear Greed Indicator, we're at a reading of 63, or greed. Not extreme greed, but greed. However, I do want to point out that the close was just pathetic. With this low volume, the markets had every chance to go much higher. The Dow closed down 1 point, but still, that's not the point, pun intended. It lost all of its gains in the last half hour. The NASDAQ did better, up 61 points, or about 1/3%. The S&P also lost almost all of its gains for the session, closing up only 5 points, or 0.09%, which is basically a nothing burger. The Mag 7 was a mixed bag. They're still doing okay. Apple was the only appreciable to the downside. Meta was down as well, but Apple was down 1.25% despite today's WWDC conference. I guess the market was expecting more. I'm not sure, but it's down on the session. Meta was down 0.5%. Tesla did the best. They do have a robotaxi event in Austin this Thursday. It was up 4.6% today. Amazon, as well as many consumer cyclicals, were up 1.5%. Alphabet 1.3%. Nvidia was up a little bit over 0.5%, as well as Microsoft. Looking at groups or sectors, one thing that stuck out as a sore thumb was financials. Financials were down almost 0.5% today as a group. Consumer cyclical led the way, up 1%. Basic materials up 0.85%. Tech was up 1/3%. Real estate up 0.13%. Energy pretty much flat. To the downside, I mentioned financials down almost 0.5%. Utilities 0.38%. Consumer defensive was down 0.25%. And communication services down 0.13%. Keeping the macro in focus, I am sharing 4 charts in the show notes, including the ES futures contract, the SPY, the Qs, and everyone's YOLO ETF TQQ. They are all forming a wedge pattern that could be at risk of breaking down. You'll have to monitor this very closely here as we melt up on no volume for multiple days. It feels like weeks at this point. Looking at the profitable companies making new highs, there actually was a little bit over a dozen, including names like Microsoft, eBay, and the NASDAQ NDAQ, which is the NASDAQ index.
We can't forget that this is just a small taste of the in-depth analysis that Not Your Advisor provides. They don't just throw numbers at you. They connect the dots, find those hidden trends, and help you understand what's driving the markets.
If you want the full picture, you got to check out the full Not Your Advisor episode.
Don't forget to subscribe to notyouradvisor.com.
And all their premium content. I mean, it's like having a direct line to what's really going on in the market.
It is. It really is. They cut through all the BS and give you the kind of info that you just won't find anywhere else.
Think about this. Investing is all about making decisions that work for you and your goals. You're the one in control.
Not your advisor can give you the map, but you choose where you want to go.
And with that empowering thought, we'll sign off. Happy investing.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.